Okay, fantastic. Very good. I wanted to do that so we can have the link later for those who are not in the meeting now. So that will be easy. Fantastic. So, guys, my name is Edgar Marumbo. I have been the one who has been communicating to you mostly since you began this journey, since you got placed to Kisii University. And we are trying to, as much as possible, help you on board, get onboarded into the university as quickly as possible. As you might have realized, different from other years that we have onboarded people, your process will mostly be done remotely. When you come to the university, it will be merely, submission of your forms. But by all means, in all intents and purposes, you'll already be registered. So we will go straight into this session. We are going to have two parts of this session. Session one, I'm just going to quickly demonstrate to you what I have been explaining in the messages that I've been sending to you for those ones of you who have not yet understood. And then session two, I will be able to open it up for question and answer. In the course of my presentation, if you realize that there's a question or there's something that you need me to clarify at that particular moment, since you cannot speak, just drop a message on the chat and I will be able to see the message, and then I can respond to it either in real time or I can do it later at the end of the presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana Kisii University. We are going to start with the first step. I'm going to share my screen so that the rest of you can be able to see what the page that you have been handling is. So just a minute as I share this. Yes, there we go. So that you are able to see my screen. Good. Tell me if you see my screen. You can respond in the chat if you see my screen so that I know we are good. Just drop me a text if you can see the Kisii University admissions portal. I am checking to see if somebody is dropping a text so that I know that we are good and I can continue. Fantastic. I can see you guys. You say you're there. So this is the first place you get landed when you are trying to enter into the Kisii University admission platform. The first question you normally ask when you reach here is, what am I supposed to do? And most of these things are already indicated. The instructions are self-guided, but I will just go on with you as we move this journey. So I'm going to pick a random index number of one of you that I will use for these purposes. Okay, and you can see what I've done. I've searched the index number and it has already brought me the details. Now, when I see the details, the easiest thing to do for you is to click that directly log into my account to self-admit. Then you do that. Once you log into the account, it takes you there quickly. And this is a very simple process. Like I said, you will understand it very easy. We will get back to this first tab and the second tab because these parts are going to come in last. If you don't know what to do, you can go to this first tab and get help. When you open, you will see instructions on what you're supposed to do. If you follow those instructions correctly, you are able to get to the last bit. But if you already understand what is supposed to happen, you simply go to admission step 1. And what do you do when you reach admission step 1? It is very easy. You click on step 1, it will open up the tab and you simply fill. So if your name is Mohammed, you say Mohammed. If the middle name is Ali, you say Ali. I'm gonna remove those two. The reg number is already preloaded. The KCSE number is preloaded. Your district, you can say if your district is Awendo, you put Awendo. Permanent address is where you come from, where your parents are. That's your permanent home because that's where you're coming from. So in this case, I will say Kisii, so I'll put PO Box 408 Kisii. Current address is where you are. So it might be your permanent address is in Kilifi, but at the moment you are staying with your uncle in, and you've been staying for long with your uncle in Eldoret. So the current address could be Eldoret, but the permanent address where you come from is wherever it is you're coming from. PO box is exactly this. These two things, let me just explain, might be similar for most of you, because in Kenya, we are not like in the first world countries where when you talk about address, you can talk about 1152 11th Worth Hall Street, something like that. Because in the US, we have house numbers, we have plot numbers, we have street numbers and street names, and you can be able to put an address to the instant to a particular house. But in Kenya, we are not yet there. So you will realize that for most of you, the permanent address, the current address, and the PO box would be around the same thing. Telephone number, you put your number there. Nearest town to you, for example, if you stay in a village around Awendo, and Awendo is the next town, you put Awendo as the nearest town. Nearest district of birth, you put the nearest district of birth. If where you are born is a district in itself, you put that as the district. So you can pick, it is also Awendo. When you finish, you simply submit, and then you continue. You do that for the rest of the process. I'm not going to save this because someone else is going to use this to continue working. When you do this, it will finish. You finish step 1. It will open up step 2. Step 2, you will do the same thing. You will add your details. When you finish it, it will open up step 3. Step 3, you will do the same thing. It will ask you for certain details. You will start adding those details. When you finish, it will open up step 4. Step 4, you will do the same thing. You will add the medical information. And that's where I've had so many questions, because people have been asking me about, should I take this phone to the doctor so that the doctor can fill in the details for me? No, you shouldn't. This is what we advised earlier. Remember, we sent you Form 7, KSU 7B, and Form KSU 7B and KSU 8. Those forms were intended for you to use to be able to get there. What you're supposed to do with the form is 7B is supposed to be done by a doctor. You go and the doctor will fill out your details. He will check you out. He will examine you, whether it is pressure, whether it is whatever, he will examine you, and then he will fill the details and sign and stamp the form. And remember, you're going to a doctor who is in a government hospital. So any level 3, level 4, whatever hospital, these sub-county hospitals, it is okay. Please don't go to a private hospital or a private doctor. Or if your dad is a doctor in a hospital somewhere, don't give him the form to sign for you, because some of us, our dads are doctors. Don't give your dad the form to sign for you. You need to go to a government hospital and have another doctor examine you. Once you finish that, there's the second part, KSU 8. KSU 8 form is supposed to be filled by your contact person. That means you are either parents, your father, mother, uncle, guardian, depending on who you are in your custody, who has you as the custodian. Now, what you do is you will fill that form and give them to fill their details and sign. But this applies to students who are below 21 years. Because this is supposed to give the university consent, just in case something happens to you and you're supposed to, there is a medical decision to be taken, that they have given the university consent to make that decision. Or if you are above 21 years old, then you can sign that form on your own, because above 21, legally, you can make that decision on your own. So that form you need to be signed. I will come back to the last part, where when you finish, what happens, because those forms will be very essential on your coming day. When you are reporting here, those 2 forms will be essential, because they'll be part of the 2 forms that will be submitted. And those 2 are the only forms that will be submitted out of this system. Every other form that will be submitted other than those one has come from this system, starting from the admission letter to the others. So let me explain something a little bit before I go to the finance desk. Let me explain something a little bit of what do we call this? Form KSU 2, Form KSU, KSU 4, KSU 6, those other forms, and KSU 7A, the ones that you've been asking about. The admission process from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to step 5. As you're filling those forms, you are already filling the forms KSU 1, KSU 2, you are filling the acceptance form, you are filling the Dean of Students form, you are filling KSU 6, you are filling KSU 4 without knowing. You will realize this at the end of the process. And I will show you how, because some of you have already completed to the last part. So I will show you the screen of one of you who has completed, so that you see how it looks, because your screen will change when you finish everything to the last part. So you will have finished that. So don't look from KSU 2 from anywhere else. As you are doing this process, you are filling KSU 2. As you're doing it, you're filling KSU 4. As you're doing it, you're filling KSU 6. As you're doing it, you're filling KSU 7A. You just don't know that you're filling it. You'll realize that at the end, because all the forms that have been circulating, you guys have been posting in groups here and then, I'm telling you not to, are forms that are from the past. But those forms have been digitized within this process. So you do not need to fill a manual form. And if you go ahead and fill that one, when you report, we will still tell you to go through this process, because everyone is getting admitted here, not in those ones. We will not accept those manual forms. We will accept forms that are coming out of this system. Let me go to the next step. The next step is step 5. After you finish medical desk, you have come back with the forms from the doctor. You will fill your part, which is KSU 7A. And then you fill next. The next one is KSU 7B. You will transfer the data that the doctor wrote in your KSU 7B, the one that he examined you, wrote and signed and stamped. You will transfer that data to the system and then move forward. And then KSU 8, you will transfer the data of your parent, your mother, your father, your guardian, your uncle, whoever who is taking care of you, into the system and go to the next. The next last part will be finance desk. At finance desk, that's where I will open up the payment methods for you to see. At finance desk, you will have to go to the bank. Remember, I recommended you guys to use National Bank, both accounts, either account 1 or account 2, because those accounts have already been synchronized and integrated by the university system. So if you pay that money right now from wherever you are, it is reflected in your student's portal immediately. You don't know this, but you'll come to know about the student portal on the day you report. We will tell you about it and how it's going to assist you, guide your life from the first step to when you're graduating, because it will be a part of you. That is where most of the things will be placed. You will find your academic transcripts, you will find your fee payment record. So in the event you lose a receipt, if you go to the student portal, you will see that, on this day and day, I paid this much money from this bank and it reflected. So please, ladies and gentlemen, use National Bank when you're paying those fees. Payment methods. This is what you do. You are required, you will simply download your fee structure. All of you I know have done that. Let me just go back. I hope you saw where I came from. I opened this tile for fee payment process, view your fee structure and payment methods. That's what I did. So payment methods, I clicked there and it opened. Those are the payment methods. You are required to pay the complete first semester's fee. And in that red statement, you would see what your first semester fee is. This is for this student. For the student, it says you are required to pay your year 1 semester 1 fee of 44,600 in full before being able to download all your online reporting documents, which you will see at the end when I show you a student who has finished the entire process. And we put there the bank accounts that you can use. We have the National Bank account 1, the National Bank account 2, and Cooperative Bank of Kenya if you cannot be able to find National Bank completely. But please try your best to use National Bank. Again, another question that has been coming up a lot. People are seeing this branch, Kisii branch, and they're asking me the question, do I have to leave my hometown to come and pay fee at Kisii branch? And I tell them, no, you don't have to do that. As long as you approach a national bank anywhere in the country, you will be able to pay fees and it will reflect here at the bank, the Kisii branch account. All you have to do is give the account number and give the branch where the account number comes from. Once you do that, your money will reflect here and you don't have to come all the way to Kisii to pay fees, then go back home, then prepare to come back. Okay, I will stop sharing my screen for a minute so that I can show you another part of this system. Bear with me for a moment as I get a different test account that has reached a different level so that you can be able to see what it means for you to finish after you have reached that point. Don't worry about those of you who have questions. I have you in mind. So at the end of this process, I will give you an opportunity to ask question and answer, and then I will answer your questions. For those who know, if I've not yet covered what you are imagining of. So just a minute. I key in the student's details and then we can continue and you see what it will look like. And then at that time, you'll be able to see what your forms will look like when you finish the process entirely. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again for you for this moment. Now, this is a student who has finished everything and he is only waiting to be approved by us. Then he will continue. You can see how his portal looks like. It's not like the other one who has not yet finished. This one has finished, including fees. Alilipa na akaweka receipt. Or remember, I forgot to tell you about this. Once you pay the fees, you come to the admission step 5, where we are talking about finance, and you will put in the receipt number, the amount, and your registration number will be pulled into the system, and then where you paid the money from. Once you put those details in and you submit, it will change your screen to look like this. Now you can see this student, already we are talking about Kisii University post-admission process. So by all intents and purposes, this student is almost already admitted. What they are waiting for is for finance to approve their documents, and they're able to download. So I'm going to go to the first tile, which is saying download and arrange your admission documents. If you click here, if you want to download, you will see this is what it tells you. It is pending finance approval. So if finance approves, you can now see behind the screen, look at behind that pending finance approval. You will see KSU2, you will see KSU4, you will see the Dean of Students form, the one you have filled. You will see KSU7A, you will see KSU76. All the forms that you've been asking for will already appear here and will be system generated. Now, the moment finance approves this for this student, all these forms will become downloadable. And now he will just download. He will click at KSU2, click at KSU4, click at the Dean of Students form, click at 7A, click at KSU6. And remember, you are also attaching 7B that the doctor signed for you. And you're also attaching Form 8, KSU 8, that your parent, guardian, or uncle, or mother, father signed for you. You're attaching those ones. Once you print all those, you can see the instructions down there. Once you download and print the documents, arrange them in this manner and come with them to school. So KSU 6 will be on top, followed by KSU 2, followed by KSU 4, followed by KSU 7A, followed by KSU 7B, followed by 8, then the Dean of Students form that is also in the system. So like I said, you are not going to fill any manual forms in the system. Everything is coming from here. So those forms that have been rotating in the groups, people telling each other to fill, please stop doing that. You are going to come with those forms, and we will tell you to sit down somewhere and start this process. Fill those in the system, generate them, then come when you have printed them. So this is where you're supposed to fill. This is the admission process. So at the end, once you're done, you print this, we will tell you, you will put it on a file, we will tell you which file at the end of this process when you are nearing to come, so that you can place them in those files and you're copying. The only thing you'll be doing when you reach Kisii University, you'll be walking to the field where we'll be doing the registration process, handing over that file, signing somewhere, and going. There will be no other process within the university. And then we will wait for the rest of the actions to follow. Let me just talk about the next part, hostel booking. The moment finance approves this bit for this student, the hostel booking part will be open. So you will be able to select and see which hostel you can be able to book. And remember what we said earlier, that we have very minimal hostels within the university. So it will be on first come, first served basis. So I encourage most of you to try and reach here, so that when we open this portal, you are able to be among the first to book the hostels. For those ones who will not be able to, don't worry. We also are going to look out for you. We will be able to organize for private hostels within the vicinity of the university, because most of these hostels are just around the university. As Ikombali, it's just 50 meters, 100 meters away from the university. So you will all be staying around the university. So don't worry, you won't be far from those who are within the university. We will organize for them to come on admission day, so that you can be able to secure your hostel. Many people have been asking this question: how much is the range around the hostels? Most hostels around the university range from around 8,000 shillings to around 15,000 shillings per semester. And a semester is 4 months. So you will be able to stay for 4 months and pay between 8,000 to 15,000, depending on how fancy that hostel is. We also have rentals around the university, and with rentals you pay per month, because like any other rental, most rentals you realize that they are ranging from 2,000 to 5,000 per month. Now this one is not per semester, this one is per month. So you'll be able to see that later. Many people have also been asking about cost transfer. You see, when you are reaching this level where the student has finished the admission process, cost transfer is part of the post-admission process. We will open that for you soon. Once we open, you will be able to know, to see what to do. If you want to move, for example, from computing sciences to another course, you can request here. If you are approved, because everything is fine, you will see everything appearing on this system. We have clubs and societies in the university. You will also be able to go into them, choose whichever. You were a scout when you were in high school. You were a St. John member when you were in high school. You were in the debating club. You were, in the law club. club, you are in journalism, etc. All those clubs are available in the university. So you'll choose which one you want to join. And usually they are governed by the Dean of Students Office. You'll hear a lot about the Dean of Students Office later when you are doing your orientation. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen there. Let me log out of this gentleman's account and then come back to this account. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and quickly go into chat to see if there are any questions that you have posted before I open up for you. And I will open up for you in a very controlled way. So if you have a question, raise your hand in Zoom. I don't know if you know how to raise your hand in Zoom. Just look down the screen there, you will see a place where it says raise your hand. So you can raise your hand in Zoom. If you raise your hand, I will see like that. Good. I can. Oh, you guys are amazing. You are smart. You have already raised your hands. So many hands. Okay, so I'm going to start one by one, asking you to unmute. Once I ask you to unmute, you can ask your question, and then I will answer that question. With those ones who don't want to speak, you can just post your question, and then I will respond. Someone is asking me, hello, if I want to live outside school hostels, am I allowed? Yes, absolutely, you're allowed. Remember, you are no longer in high school, so we will not follow you up. To control you. You are an adult now, so you'll be able to do whatever you want there. How much do we pay for the school hostels? The school hostels, it's 3,500 shillings per semester. It is extremely cheap because the university has subsidized it. So you can see I arranged you the other external hostel from around 8,000 to 15, but the school is 3,500 shillings per semester. Must I do all these right now? Yes, because when you're reporting on 23rd, you will need all those documents. So you don't have to do it right now, like right now when we are speaking, but by the time you are reporting on 23rd, you should have completed everything. Okay, I'm going to open up to Braxton to ask his question. Braxton, unmute and go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It's the morning. It's on a morning.
Okay, go ahead.
Wanauliza like hii 44,600.
Yes.
Iko plus na za hostel ama hostel ni kando?
No. Ukiangalia fee structure yako, there is nowhere where we've said accommodation fees. Hostel will be separate completely. Once you obtain the hostel and you have booked, we will tell you to pay at that time, because you might pay and then you don't get a hostel. Then you'll start wondering where you'll sleep. So we normally ask you to wait until you book and you've gotten a room, then we tell you to pay. Okay, I'm going to go to the next person. Milan. Milan, you can unmute and speak. Milan, can you hear me? Okay, Milan is not hearing me.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Go ahead, Milan.
Okay, I came in. I joined the meeting na mulikuwa ni kama mmeanza kitambo. So yes. Kuna issue nilikuwa nataka kuuliza. Hizi documents zetu tulikuwa na download hizi zenye tulikuwa napewa, download medical form, nika download na admission letter. Sasa hizo nitareport nazo ama hizo nazifanyaje?
Yes, admission. Utareport nazo. Medical form KSU 7B, KSU 8 and KSU 78 ajazwa kwa system. All those 3 documents you'll report with them, including even the admission letter.
Oh, alafu na hostels tuna na wanalipia how much?
Hostels in the university ni 3,500 shillings per semester. Za nje ni between 8 and 15,000 per semester, and we'll be able to give you an opportunity to choose in between.
Sawa. Na alafu sasa unajua na maybe kama like for instance mtu kama mimi I applied for an ID na baada haijarudi. Sasa sijui mimi registration yangu nitaifanyaje?
Registration does not require you to have an ID. You either have an ID or a birth certificate, it is okay. You can present either of the two. You'll only required to photocopy your half ID or attach hapo. So don't worry about that, Milan.
Okay, sawa.
Awesome. I'm going to go to the next person. Hana jina, so it is Oppo CPH2159. Huyo sijui ni nani, but if you are the holder of that device, you can unmute and share with us. Okay, anakaa ako mbali, so I'll go to Karo. Karo Togocho. Go ahead, Karo. Unmute and share. Okay, Caro doesn't seem to have anything to say, so I'm going to Polycarp. Polycarp, you can unmute and share. Are we together, Polycarp? You are not unmuted yet. Okay, as they struggle, I can see some questions on the chat that people have asked, so let me respond to them quickly. Let me go up to the first one that came in when I was looking away. Okay. Yes, from here. Is it a must to deposit all the school fee to be approved? Yes, it is. You must finish your first semester's fee. The second semester's fee, you can pay it later, but for the first semester, you have to finish. Hello, I was called to Kisii University as a computer science student under the government, but I registered as an SSP student. Will the government still pay part of my fee? If yes, will it be sent directly to the school or through me first? Why should the government send you money? Okay, this question, it depends, my friend. Daisy, whether you are registered in the system with your registration number as a SSP or as a government sponsored. If you're talking about registration as an SSP, then the government will not support you. But if registered as a government sponsored, then it will be okay. We can sort you out on 23rd, or you can text me later and I find out more about your case, then I can advise you more. Hello, we are allowed to cook in the school hostels. No, you are not allowed to cook in the school hostels. You sleep, that's it. Oh, you sleep and shower, that's it. There is a student mess where people can eat, so you can purchase your food there, ready-made. You eat and then you go. Can you pay half the amount for fees and be approved? No, you cannot. Are the medical documents applied manual or online? KSU 7B and KSU 8 were physical documents that you downloaded from the system. Then the rest is online on the system as well. So please check those out. If you have more questions, text me later after this. Hello, must this semester fee be paid in full? Yes, it is. Is it a must? This is still on fees. In the process of admission, there is a step requiring mother-father details. I only have a mother, yet I'm forced to write both. What should I do? That should be an error, Ruth. Text me your registration number and your index number. We can help you sort that part out. In step 1, where one has to fill the permanent address, is it a must you write the PO box, or you can just write, for example, Nairobi? You can write just Nairobi, but you indicate which area in Nairobi. So if it is South Sea or Lower Kabete, you have to indicate at least the place. I have finished the process and all it shows is done, but my screen does not change to how you have shown us. Please screenshot this screen, how it looks like, and then WhatsApp me. I take a look. Neville, that is. Then we go to Caleb. Caleb, there are people who cannot pay the whole amount at the moment. Am I allowed to pay some little at the moment to proceed to step 5? Unfortunately, no, you are not, my friend. You will have to complete that. How about those who deferred last year and are unable to access the admission portal? Yes, you have a different case. We will sort you out, guys, later. You have different forms from the ones the first years are currently using. So we will have a separate process for you to complete, but you will ultimately end up in the system. Jiras tells me I have 3 questions, but he has not asked the questions. So, he has asked the questions later. Then somebody called before Angela, somebody texted, is the fee posted at the government sponsored? I don't know. I'm not sure I understand that question. So you can relate it, Abednego, down there so that I can see. The money for COOPS, we paid in school, but I can see it again in the fee structure. Yes, because it is also paid in the university, at COOPS and at the university. Are we allowed to cook at the private hostels? No, they're not hotels, private hostels. Yes, some allow cooking, some don't, but 90% of them allow cooking. So private hostels, you are good if you go there and you want to cook. TechnoSpark, hello, what if you pay the money through the cooperative bank? Is there any problem? There is no problem. It is still a university account, but all you will do is you will have to keep that receipt. And when you come to the university, we will be able to reflect it for you. But for National Bank, you don't have to do that. Once you pay, it reflects and you proceed. Are water heaters also not allowed? Yes, they are not allowed. Or should I say no, they are not allowed. How many students are allowed in each hostels? It depends. There are hostels in the university who allow up to 4 students per hostel, some even 6, some 2, some 1. So it will depend. And remember, I said ranging between 8,000 to 15,000. The number of people in the room matters. So if you have a hostel for 8,000, probably you're going to be 4 or 6 inside. If you're having a hostel of 14,000, you might be 2, or you might even be alone in the hostel. Elijah, I cannot access my account. This one we need to side chat so that we understand what exactly is wrong with your account. And then we go to, hi, do I have to come with medical, original, and all other documents like original ID? Yes, because they will need to be verified. You'll have to carry the original and the copy so that it can be verified. But have the copies attached in the form. And how can we access the help? Help is open actually for application right now for those who want to apply for help. So we will give you the process to help you. And when you come during orientation, we'll also assist you during orientation for you to apply for help. So don't worry. What is the procedure of booking a hostel in the school? I have already shared this. This one might have come late. Once you finish and you get approved at the end of the process in the admission system, it will open the next tab. The system in your phone will change, and you will see a place where it says you can book hostels, but you'll not be able to book the hostel yet. You will have to wait, first of all. Once finance approves you, then it will open the hostel tab, and then you can be able to apply for the hostel. Is there any other cash we will be required to carry for the process of admission on the day? No. All the amount of money the university needs for you is indicated in the fee structure. Any other is separate for you, for your upkeep, for your accommodation. So there is no other amount of money that you are required to pay other than what is indicated in the fee structure. Are the laptops mandatory for admission? Yes, because you will be studying online. There are courses that will be helping you. You need a laptop to utilize. For example, this meeting, some lecturers will be teaching the way I'm teaching. So how can you be able to learn without having one, and the system of the university as well? So yes. Am I allowed to transfer from one course to another? Yes, you will see that very soon. Is it a must for you to complete the fees? Yes, it is a must. Then Jairus, I haven't been able to get my updates. I just get them from a friend. Hatron, I think I know Hatron. He texted me yesterday on fee reflection issue. Hatron, thank you for keeping Jairus updated. We want more friends like you. Yes, tell Hatron to text me your number and I will assist you get through so that you also get the system. It's like on 23rd we'll be late. When is time are supposed to arrive for registration? Okay, kuna some broken English there, but I suspect you are trying to ask when is the time I should report on 23rd. You can report as early as you can and as late as you can on that day. Remember, the admission process will continue throughout that week. It ends at 23rd, but haitaisha 23rd. It will continue the entire week. So even if you're late in the evening, you'll find a place to stay. You wake up in the morning on 24th, you come and get your admission. Is it a must to complete the fee during reporting? Yes, it is. Is there any other documents to be signed by the chief or the D? Or no, they are not. Those are the people who are using the old documents. Please stop using them. The only documents you need are the ones in the system. So if you did not get it from the link that I sent you, those are not correct documents for this admission. So please ignore them. There is nowhere the chief, assistant chief, or the DO should sign on your forms. I filled the forms wrongly and I submitted them after I realized I corrected them and submitted them again. Will they be approved? Yes, they will be approved. Don't worry. Mandatory to have a national ID to access help loan? Yes, it is. If you don't have a help a national ID and you have a half ID, don't worry. Go to Huduma Center, show them your half ID. They will give you your national ID number. Then apply for help using that number and attach the half ID. When the national ID comes, you will be able to submit it. Help will accept, so don't worry. Is there Wi-Fi in the school hostels? Not in the hostels specifically, but in places around the university, there are places where we have Wi-Fi hotspots where you can utilize. In case of elections, are we supposed to report on that day? Yeah. Yes, we are reporting on 23rd. I don't know what you mean by in case of elections, but I suspect you are trying to say in case elections don't go as good as we are hoping them to go. We are all praying that it is peaceful at the end of the elections so that it does not disrupt our plan. But yes, we are all scheduled to come on 23rd. If you're placed in the school by the government, will you feel government sponsored? And what if you are not paying by help? What am I to feel because that government sponsored part has a bracket with help in it? No problem. Just select the government sponsored part. That's okay. It's fine. Hello, Mr. Edgar. Kindly, can you once more take us on admission process, please? I came late for the meeting. I will quickly do this at the end but I will do it very quickly so that you see. Thank you, Janet. Sorry for coming in late. The number that nilipeana imepotea. So sipati SMS za uni. Naeza aje change aje hiyo number. You can change it in the system, in the admission system, and then it will be updated later. So when you are filling the details, where there is phone number, please change. So having a high performance phone, will you have to need a laptop? Yet some phones do multi-purpose activities as laptops. Yes, you still need a laptop. There are some of you who will do exams online. And there is what we call a lockdown browser. You will know about these things when you get into the university, don't worry. And that can only operate on a laptop. So for you to do exams online, it is really important that you have a laptop when you are doing this, especially for information science students. Please try your best. What if repeat about signature DO? Is it necessary? No, it is not necessary. And my friend, Nokia C20, I think you have the wrong forms. The DO, assistant chief parts, they are not necessary. So you are using wrong forms. Stop using manual forms, please. Use only the forms that are available in the link. So go to the admission link and Jaza. So I'll quickly, I can see some of you still have your hands up. So I don't know if you still have questions, or I can assist Janet to quickly go through the process again one more time for admission, and then we can continue. We can finish. We have already been here for about 40 minutes, so I am hoping that we finish this quickly so that I don't waste your data. Najua mnataka kurudi online kuendelea kuchat and telling some stories about where you are and what you're doing. So for the sake of Janet and anyone else who has come in late, I'm going to quickly repeat the admission process for you so that you are able to internalize. So this is what you do. I'm going to share my screen quickly, just a minute, for you to see. This is what you do. Good. You will be here. You will go to KCSE index. You would put your index. You will click search. It will bring you to this part. I know most of you have been there. You will go to directly log into my account. You click it. It logs you in. I strongly advise, once you reach here, please open this Get Help part first. Once you open the Get Help part, you are able to see the process. Read, internalize the process. Once you have read and internalized the process, come back, continue. Go to admission step 1. Open step 1. It opens. Fill in the details, fill in the details, fill in the details. Ukijaza, ukimaliza, click submit. Click submit, it will jump you to step 2. So go to step 2, open, do the same. If you click submit, it jumps you to step 3. Do the same, jumps you to step 4. I will explain something a bit about step 4 because I've had questions there. We have KSU 7A, 7B, and KSU 8. Now, KSU 7A, as you click this link, is what will open. You will fill those details. Then we have KSU 7B, the medical forms, and KSU 8 that you downloaded last week and took to the doctor, got examined, and the doctor filled, signed, and stamped. The details the doctor filled, and signed are what you put at the part in KSU 7B in the admission desk form. Then there is KSU 8. Your parents or guardians who are taking care of you will sign that form, and you will transfer that data to KSU 8 form, which is also here in the admission step. Remember, if you're above 21, you can sign the form for yourself. But if you're not above 21, you cannot sign for yourself. Your parent has to sign for you. Then once you finish that, you go to step 5, finance desk. Before I say something on finance desk, I will go to payment methods for you to see. Payment methods, we have information for you. And you can see where I've gotten this information. I've come to this fee payment process and clicked it. So we have information for you here. This information is very important. Read through it. And the red part is explaining to you what you're supposed to do. You are required to pay your year 1 semester 1 fee of 44,600 in full before being able to download all your online reporting documents. So that's what you need to pay. For this student, if you click itakuonyesha yako, it is different for every student. So this is for Mohammed. Yours will be different. The payment process is also indicated there. Make sure as you go to the bank, you give your registration number correctly. If possible, give that bank teller your admission letter so that you mwenyewe type your registration number in the system. Please, we recommend use National Bank. We have 2 accounts for National Bank for automatic reflection. If you, however, use Cooperative or KCB, you will have to come to the university for us to assist you, get receipted, and for us to assist you reflect in the system. But for National Bank, the moment you pay, it automatically reflects in the system, and you're free to proceed with the other part. Finally, we are at admission desk, step 5. In 5, once you've paid at the bank, you come back to step 5 here, you click the step 5, it will open up a tab, and in that tab, it will have places for you to fill. There will be the receipt number or transaction code or the invoice number on your document, you fill it there. The amount of money you have paid in the receipt, you put it there, the date, and then where you paid from. You put there and you click submit. Once you click submit, the screen will change because you will have finished the entire process. So once you click submit, the screen will change. I want to show you what it will look like when it changes. So just give me a minute. I get you a different account of a student that has been able to go through the process until he has completed, so that we can utilize his account to show you what it will look like when you are done with the process. Just a minute as I pull up the new account for the new student. Then I can show you that part, and then we can close the meeting, and I can appreciate you coming and learning from more. By the way, more and more of you are continuing the process. So I like about that. So I'm going to take this dummy student here. Come back. And then log in as the dummy student. Hold on, sorry. I have taken a wrong student. Mwenye bado hajamaliza. Let me look for one that has finished the entire process. So that you can see when you finish the process, how will the form be able to look like. As you can see, it's a fairly simple process. To go. This is something, if you start doing right now, you can finish in the next 20 minutes. Utakuwa umefika paka mwisho. So it is a fairly simple process for you to go through. And if you have any questions, your colleagues, there are so many of them who have already finished the process, they can assist you. You can continue. That's why the groups are for you to constructively share and help each other to do different things. And for those ones, they can assist. If they cannot be able to assist you, you have my contacts. You can drop me a message, and then I'll be able to assist you. Sorry, I keep picking students who have not yet finished. So just give me a second, please, guys. Just give me a second to pick the right student. Okay, I got the right student. Wait, no, I have not. Sorry. Just 1 minute. Sorry, I keep picking the wrong student. I'm going to show you that offline, Janet, so don't worry about it. But what it looks like is fairly simple. What it looks like is it will change the system, and it will allow you to be able to download all the forms, and then you'll be able to see what you're supposed to download. On the other hand, you can also roll back this video. At the beginning, I have shown it on how that is going to happen. I'm going to quickly, once again, run through the messages to see if there's anything I've left out. Then I will give 2 or 3 people a chance to say something as we close. How will I access my school ID? Don't worry, you will be able to get it very soon, because we will prepare that for you here, and we will ask you to get it once you... Oh, half ID, not school ID. How is the half ID same as the waiting card? Yes. The half ID is the same as the waiting card. If you want to transfer, how long will it take for the school to release my transfer? Not long, just 1 or 2 days. Is there a way I can pay through M-Pesa? Unfortunately, not yet, but we're working on that. Fees, I have already handled that question. Yes, you need to. Can you please brief us on the must documents that must come with on 23rd? Because the ones you call old documents are the ones I have intact. In fact, fully filled, including DOS stamp. You people, you keep not listening. Don't fill those ones. I'm sorry about this. Don't fill those documents. Fill the documents in the link. Open the admissions link, run the process there. At the end, you'll be able to download. My friend Martin, please, when I'm going to send the link to this video, to to the WhatsApp groups. So once I send, please roll back to the beginning and watch it to the end. It will show you the documents that are required. So don't worry about that. It is answered here. I'll post the link to the group and even send it to you SMSs. Anything else? Pardon on how to use the half ID for help. Oh, that is simple. Take the half ID to Huduma Center. They will give you your ID number. Even though you don't have your ID number yet, they know what your number is. So they will tell you which number is. When you're applying for help, when they are asking for ID number, put the number there Huduma Center gave you. Then you will attach the half ID and then submit the forms. At the end of that process, when your ID comes out, you'll just submit a copy of it to Huduma Center. Is it a must to come with a laptop? Yes, please, it is a must. Make sure you have one. What about if you are stage, please, who can provide help? I don't know what that means. Nokia C20, kindly deferred and my details are not identified by the portal. Yes, you will have a different process. We will sort you out very soon. Hey, those who apply with COOPs, are they in government sponsorship? Yes, they are in government sponsorship. These documents, please add on the arrangements. Mike, don't worry. I'm posting this link to WhatsApp. Just go back to the beginning. You will see the documents I'm talking about. Let me not go back to start repeating them again. Let me open up now. I think those ones are done for that. I want us to finish this before 11 so that you can go ahead to other things. So I'm going to quickly just open for one or two people. Joseph Osemba, you want to say something?
Yes, hello, sir.
Go ahead.
I deferred last year and I'm supposed to join this year. So I've tried to log into the portal, but my details are not identified.
Yes, they are not, because yours are from last year's details. So we will sort you out on 23rd later. So don't worry about this process for the moment. We'll tell you what to do.
So should I just report on 23rd or should I come earlier?
No, 23rd is okay.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. I'm going to also give a chance to Mike Otieno. Go ahead.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Hey, Mike bwana. Kwenye bado ni giza?
Mimi ndo nimekaa kwa giza kidogo.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
I was just asking how I could finish off with this step 5.
What?
Step 5.
Don't worry, Mike. You will rewatch this video. I have explained that bit. Huh? So let's not repeat it again. Just rewatch this video. You will see how you can finish on step 5. Sawa, Mike.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. Brenda Chepkorir. Naona unatembea kwa uwanja. You want to say something? Brenda? Okay, Brenda is off. David Odero, you have something to say? Tutamaliza na wewe.
Okay, I was asking.
Yes.
At first, when you tapped onto the payment methods, there was National Bank and Cooperative. So I didn't see KCB Bank there, but when you go to the finance desk, there's KCB. So is there any problem if someone pays with KCB?
There's no problem, but we are discouraging. You try, please use National Bank or Coop Bank, specifically National Bank.
Okay, then another question.
Yes.
I was asking that the school hostels, how many people are contained in one room?
4.
4, okay. And when will you guys allow now begin booking the hostels?
After you finish up to finance, we will approve you probably after this break, because we are currently on a break for elections. After the elections break, we will approve you, and then you can be able to do that in the course of next week.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you. I see still people raising their hands. Really want to bring this to a close. May I just give 2 more people and then we close it there? If you still have a question, you can text me and then I can answer so that tusieke watu sana. So Griffins, you want to say something? Griffins, Hannah. Infinix Hot 12.
I wanted to ask on.
Yes, go ahead,
Yes.
Griffins.
I wanted to ask on, is lab compulsory for any students?
Yes, it is. Okay. Let's see who else. Benta Awar, you want to say something? You can unmute and speak. Benta Awar. Okay, let's close it there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this chance to thank you, all of you, for joining this meeting and for being with us, and appreciate the fact that you are endeavoring to complete this process and see where it will live. You guys are amazing. We are here to assist you, myself and several other colleagues of mine, and we want to see you come into the university as seamlessly and as smoothly as possible. We don't be afraid to ask any questions in the WhatsApp group. If I don't see the WhatsApp group, because we have many messages sometimes, you can just text me directly on my inbox, and then I'll be able to respond. We are at the university looking forward to seeing you in the next 2 weeks, and we are hoping that you will be amazing students, and we will walk a journey of amazing times together. Let me ask someone to close this meeting with a word of prayer for us. So, Claire Wamalwa, can you pray for us? Claire? Okay, Claire ameogopa maombi ametoroka. Let me go with who is feeling like they can pray. Griffins, nimerudi kwako. You can pray for us, Griffins.
Okay, close your eyes as we pray.
Thank you.
Oh God, you have helped us since we started the meeting. You have gained a lot. Still, as we start, breathe out till the end. In Jesus' name, I can be.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you for being with us. I'm going to stop